Hey, this is the Antisocial Socialite back at it again. Thanks so much for tuning in. Salute to all the new subscribers. Thank you and welcome. If you have not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for, darling? Hit that subscribe button, smash that notification bell so when I get to running this mouth and catching my dentures in this BITCHS, sir, you are in the loop. You see the title, you know what time it is. This one is really for the ladies. Gents, you're welcome to come along for the ride. The topic is hypergamy. Ladies, you are naturally hypergamous. Anytime the conversation about leveling up, getting in, a manhood of status and means comes up, there's always a handful of women in the comment section talking about, we're practicing hypergamy. We're being hypergamous now. It winds me up so much because okay, you just learned the word hypergamy and now you're using it a lot and you're not necessarily using it with the right understanding. As you can see from the thumbnail, hypergamy literally just means whatever status you believe yourself to have, you are going to look for a man on that status or above. But hypergamy is not just about monetary value. It's not just about social class. It could be societal clout, like how much social status you have. I'm not talking about whether you're upper class, middle class. I'm talking about whether in your society you are deemed as somebody who is having status amongst your peers. Okay? So it could be looks, somebody that you perceive to have a higher degree of physical attractiveness. It could be intellect. This is why you have a lot of young people crushing on older people, like guys who like older women because they get that maternal feeling. But I mean, that's not hypergamy because it doesn't really work for men because men are not hypergamous like that. But just for example, and young girls who crush on like older guys, teachers, things like that, there's a degree of intellectual or wisdom-based hypergamy. The issue here is not that women are needing to learn to be hypergamous per se, not because they don't need to learn, but because society has actually socialized women to no longer operate in a way that's in accordance with their biology and in their best interest. Hypergamy is kind of like your sense of smell. Now, people eat weird things, I know. There's certain things that, some people would never consider eating that certain cultures have no problem to dine on. But in general, your sense of smell is a protective measure, just like all of our senses. When you smell something, even when it looks fine, when you put it to your nose or when you enter into that space, you immediately know there's something that's wrong, because your sense of smell is triggered and a reaction occurs that says there's something wrong with this, do not consume. Hypergamy is supposed to be, as a woman, our inbuilt detector of a man who should not be dealt with. Because if you have no education, you still should be repelled by a man who is doing worse than you. No matter what degree of social standing you have, you're not supposed to find a man who's on, maybe about your level, but under your level, attractive. Because of feminism, women have been socialized to operate in their masculine energy, meaning they want to evaluate men based on the criteria men evaluate us. And we, in turn, want to try to offer to men the things that we should be expecting men to offer to us. What do I mean? For example, a man is supposed to be a provider. Take out all the issues with, exploitation and, dinner halls and this and that. A man is supposed to provide for his family, okay? So a woman is supposed to look for a man who has the capacity to do that. Feminism tells women you are equal to a man, you are the same as a man, and that a man finds providers attractive. This is why you have a lot of women who lead with their education and with their career, and it doesn't help them. Because biologically speaking, a man does not care about your ability to provide for him, because he intrinsically knows I should be the provider. Women are socialized by feminism to not want to look for men who can provide. And as a result, they end up getting into situations with guys who look good but don't actually have that aspect to their personality. As a result, you have a lot of women who are then having to carry the burden of the relationship financially, because they are told that a man finds your ability to work and have an education desirable, when that's just not the case. The woman is bringing to the man something he doesn't want and is forfeiting or abandoning the things he actually would like. Okay, so this is just an example of how feminism has caused women to be nurtured in a way that goes against their own biological imperative, but also against their own biological benefit. Working with biology actually will help you to have success and fulfillment and peace within your relationship, because you're supposed to complement the man. Okay, so I just want to put this video out here. Women need to work with their biology instead of talking about hypergamy as something they're going to learn or do or practice. It's something that you need to kind of instinctively work with and know. As a female, I need to be in my feminine energy. I need to be thinking about what a man likes from a man's perspective. And as a result, I'm also going to demand that this man gives me what I need in terms of security, and that's how I can practice hypergamy successfully. It's not just about a man with more money. That's not being hypergamous. Just because the man has more money than you doesn't mean to say that you are now practicing hypergamy, because if that man is not willing to do the other things that he needs to do in